Hi, everyone. This is Sarah Carr, and today I'm going to talk to you about exploring the winding, messy, and magical process of creativity. I want to talk about something that changed the way that I see myself as an artist, and I'm really hoping that it can change and make a positive impact in your life as well. It is a book called Zigzag: The Surprising Path to Greater Creativity by Keith Sawyer. Sawyer breaks down creativity into a practical process, something you can learn and strengthen no matter where you're starting from. He shares 8 steps that make up the creative journey. Number 1 is ask. Question everything. Number 2, learn. Collect knowledge broadly. Number 3, look. Observe the world with fresh eyes. Number 4, play. Explore freely without judgment. Number 5, think. Generate lots of ideas. Number 6, fuse. Combine ideas in new ways. Number 7, choose. Select and refine the best ideas. And number 8, make. Bring them to life through action. Now, these steps aren't linear. They zigzag, just like creativity itself. And throughout my own creative journey, I've struggled with imposter syndrome. I felt driven and ambitious, but I never felt like I was enough. I thought creativity was something you were born with. Either you had it or you don't. But Sawyer's book helped for me to see things differently. Creativity is a process. It's a path. And like any path, you get better by walking it. It not only takes vulnerability, but it also takes stamina. I remember when I was young, sitting in my living room, having the music blasting, the guitar screaming, and thinking to myself, I want to feel that energy, that expression. And that's when I knew I wanted to be in a band or something. Eventually I found myself in a band. I also, immersed myself in dance. I explored ballet and jazz, tap, and also hip hop. But my point is, when I felt like I was creating, it felt electric because I felt alive. When I think about my creative process, to this day, I feel joy. I feel growth, especially during my time at the Academy of Art University, because in my creative process class, which was last semester, that's where we read the Zigzag book. Now, the step that stood out to me at first was ask. Let's think about that for a minute. Because as a kid, I know about me, I used to ask why all the time. Not sure about you, but I used to do that. Things like, well, why is the sky blue? Why is that truck red? But somewhere along the way, I stopped asking. Maybe I thought I was supposed to have all the answers. But now, I try and ask everything. And with each question, I actually learn something new. I know that another one of the steps, the play step, also hit home for me because it reminded me of how important it is to not be so rigid when I'm trying to create something. Creativity flows when we're able to let go, when we explore like we did as kids. I mean, yes, there are certain boundaries, but we should be able to do it with freedom. And finally, Sawyer reminded me that rest is a part of the process too. Have you ever felt blocked when you're trying to create something? I know I have. He says, look, take a break. It's okay. Go for a walk. Have a pause. Sometimes the best thing you can do for creativity is actually step away for a bit. So if you're listening today and wondering whether you're creative enough, please hear me when I say you are. Because creativity isn't about being born gifted. It's about showing up and zigging and zagging through the process and letting yourself grow along the way. So thanks for listening to me talk about Keith Sawyer and his book, because I really think that it can change your life as it did mine. And I learned some surprising things about creativity. So stay curious, stay playful, and most of all, stay creative. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.